And if you're careful with lifting it up with even pressure on the 3 corners, you will lift this up and this anti-reverse clutch sleeve will come right out. And around, I'm shaking it around, I'm shaking it around. See, it's not budging. Let me know down below if you have any sheep that contributed to the drag washers of the Daiwa reels. And are they Japanese sheep like they use in the Akuma? What is going on, guys? I thank you all for joining me, and today you're going to find out what happens when I get bored. Earlier this afternoon, I received 6 brand spanking new Daiwa reels in the mail, ranging from the Exceler, the Fuego, the Tatula LT, the Ballistic, the Saltist, and the Saltiga. And I really wanted to see what was going on the inside of the brand new Ballistic. And I had the Tatula LT taken apart earlier today, and I couldn't get the main gear out. And I put it back together. I didn't want to waste too much time because I had a lot of work to do today. And I'm sitting here just reading up on, what the weights are and the differences and all that kind of crap, so I could put together some sort of tabletop analysis. And I was like, you know what? I really want to get inside there and see why I couldn't get that main gear out. Turns out there was a bearing that I couldn't get out of there because it was tight. I removed the little C-clip here as well. But you have to remove the bearing in order to lean the main gear to clear that pinion support. Otherwise, you can't get it out. That's kind of what I thought was going on, but I didn't want to waste too much time on it. So this is where we ended up from there. And yeah, it's a reel, all right. And for its price, we're going to say the Ballistic and the Tatula are similarly priced. Street price on the Tatula LT is between $150 and $179. And this is about a $230 reel. Both share the same main and pinion gear. Now, guys, this has to be one of the sweetest main gears put in a reel in the $200 price range in quite some time. I know Shimano uses their forged aluminum. This is similar in that regards. It's a machined aluminum, and it's basically sleeved over stainless. I'm hoping that's stainless anyway. That's what it looks like. And it's a hell of a gear. And again, the Tatula LT shares the same exact gear. I already had that out, and I have pictures of that up on Instagram. And the pinion gear is machined brass. And you can see Daiwa and Shimano do gears good. So yeah, this is what happens when I'm bored, and let's see if I can go into a little more details. Again, I haven't even fished this reel, I haven't put a line on it, and it's already becoming a very interesting reel. This is their mag seal unit. Everybody's fearful of playing with mag seal. Apparently the camera doesn't like focusing on it, and it really is nothing to be afraid of. I removed this without disrupting even a drop of the ferrofluid that's in that gap. You can kind of see it down there. I want to put that, basically there's a magnet, whether or not it's stuck in there with magnetism or not, I don't know. I haven't really played with this one, but in the past they've kind of been embedded in this disc. There's really nothing to it. I mean, if you're careful with lifting it up with even pressure on the 3 corners, you will lift this up and this anti-reverse clutch sleeve will come right out, just like it did here. And again, if you saw me in that Saltiga video, I'm shaking it around, I'm shaking it around, I'm shaking it around. See, it's not budging. Did it budge? It leaned. Doesn't matter. And, I haven't been in that many brand spanking new Daiwa spinners for freshwater lately, but this is a new clutch for me. I'm not familiar with this all black one, to be honest. Does it come open? No, it stays closed, which is good. We don't want these things flying all over the place. But it's a different Lego part than I'm used to seeing, and there was tons and tons of oil on it. So I like seeing that. I really do. The other thing I found very interesting is, in addition to the mag seal at the pinion under the rotor, there was a handle shaft seal. Right here. No glue. It's just a lip that goes up. Is it on this one? Yeah, I think it's on this one. It just fits up and over here like so. And it doesn't grab the main gear. That lip on the inside there, come on, runs on the inside of the handle here, forming a fairly effective seal. It's a low pressure seal, but you're not skishing with this thing. It's designed to be kind of a light and free spinning reel, so having that little bit of protection goes a long way to keep the bearings non-contaminated. You're not going to have to worry about rain getting inside and emulsifying with the oil and the grease in the bearings, and it'll run cleaner, smoother, and newer longer. We have that same seal up in the roller bearing. Now I thought there was mag seal in the roller, or I should say I thought the line roller was mag sealed, but it uses the same kind of lip seal over this bearing here. You can see this little rubber seal goes up like this, and by the virtues of black magic and the flexibility of rubber, it locks itself in place and it allows it to keep water away from it up against here. Works for me. In addition to that, they have a main shaft seal. Something that I was curious to see if they decided to go that route. And again, that same rubber seal that just goes up over that little flanged lip. And by the wonders of magic, it locks itself in place. So what I'm going to show you now, YouTube will probably demonetize my video. Thank you very much, since they've now demonetized 21 out of 26 videos now, I believe. No, it's 20 out of 25. But you can see I'm holding the main shaft in that seal, and it is indeed connecting or contacting that shaft all the way around. That's going to keep your water from going down the main shaft and through the pinion, and having debris kind of get, when the water dries, it leaves behind debris or whatever, mineral deposits, salt deposits down and through here, and it can kind of bind against the main shaft. The water will get in. You're not going to get the majority of your water through this shaft position, but it's a nice little bonus. And on the opposite side of the handle side plate, you have just a standard screw down, which again provides some water resistance. And technically it's a screw down seal, so it ain't going anywhere. Now, the way they did the anti-reverse switch on this reel, when you put the two halves together and tighten down the screws, there is no rubber perimeter seal, and it does form a fairly tight seal, although there is this little gap here that I believe is taken up by that little point here. Is it going to focus for me? Of course not. That right there is going to go into that little groove there, and it's not going to seal entirely. A little bit of grease around there might help, but again, that's if you're kind of expecting to get a little spray or a little bit of rain on it and that kind of crap, and you just want to be a little anal and keep all the water out that you possibly can. So with that said, impressive little design. They use drag washers from living animals and their hair, and we don't know where that hair comes from or what part of the animal. We can speculate it's ear hair, it could be nose hair, it could be pubic hair. Again, we're not sure. Let me know down below if you have any sheep that contributed to the drag washers of the Daiwa reels, and are they Japanese sheep like they use in the Okuma? Moving along, it was interesting to see that they went with what looks to be a coated aluminum. It's super slick. and it's very lightweight. I think it's duralumin. Whether or not it's just some different aluminum alloy, I'm not aware of. I don't know. It's definitely not titanium, although I've been wrong in the past. The bail mechanism is standard Daiwa. Works very well. We like this design. All the screws, minus just a few of them, are Torx. They are T9s. So you can use a T9 and get from the outside in without any issue. You'll only run across Phillips screws when you're removing the screw that's in here and the 3 screws that are holding down the mag seal plate. That's all Phillips size 00 or 0. Oh yeah. And this little guy right here that holds the spool support is like a T3 or something like that. I custom made a little tool to get in those and it works just as good. The handles on at least the Exceler, the Fuego, the Tatula, and this reel, the Ballistic, are all almost identical, just different lengths. The 2000 Tatula size was smaller than this is the 2500 Ballistic. They're all interchangeable. They all have the identical handle knob, and I'll tell you what, this is very close to what I have on my Steez SVTWS reels, and I love them. It's really thin eye-shaped knobs are really nice. They really are. The only thing I can nitpick about this reel, and you'll see it when I go and compare all the different ones in the unboxing and comparison video I'm going to put out. The handle, or I should say the knob play, see how it moves in and out like that? If there was zero slop, this reel would be perfection for the price range. But other than that, guys, this reel uses some fairly high quality ball bearings. I believe they're from Thailand. I can't verify if they're from Thailand, and I don't really care. The Oscillation Gear is made out of plastic, and I don't know, maybe they designed the Oscillation Gear after they saw my Pen Slammer head scratcher video, or I mentioned the overbuilt brass or bronze Oscillation Gear and said they can make it out of plastic, they make it out of bubble gum. Daiwa went with plastic, and I like it. And quite possibly what I look forward to the most in using on this reel is that line clip. I've never used a line clip that looks like that. And do I have any line lying around? I have 6,000 yards of 40 different spools of line. Okay, here we go. This is 40-pound gliss. Nah, this line clip is, it's alright, it's not bad. I guess it's alright. It's kind of a pain, to be honest. Aren't they all, though? Yeah, forget it. That was a bad experiment. Forget that part. So yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to cut this video off here. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. I'm going to be having full comparison reviews coming out between this reel, the old Ballistic, and the Tatula LT. We're going to compare them all and see how they stack up against each other. And we're going to spool it up, and we're going to fish it, so I'll have some feedback on how this reel performs on the water. And again, make sure you subscribe. Check out the comment sections below in all my videos. They're very informative. A lot of knowledgeable guys are hanging out in the comment sections on my videos. A lot of reel nuts like yourself. And let's face it, if you're here, you are a reel nut. So thank you all again. Hit that like button. And until next time, tight lines, and I'll see you soon.